here with Cole Crosby of the US 24-hour team currently out of Rhode Island, another Northeastern runner we have. Cole, are you 36 years old?
Yes. Last time I checked, I'm 36.
Yeah. I had to look it up on your ultra sign up. Where are you originally from?
I grew up near Princeton, New Jersey area, so I just tell people Central New Jersey, middle of the state.
Are you used to the question, like when people ask you're from New Jersey, what exit?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly growing up didn't really drive a lot on the New Jersey Turnpike. Funny enough, like Route 1 is which goes all the way down to Florida too. Like that's kind of like one of the bigger highways that I'm used to, and I-95, which is a big one too. But no, I don't really fall into all the chitsy like New Jersey kind of like rural stuff.
And don't they at the Turnpike rest areas, you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey, right?
No, you cannot. Not at any gas station.
Gas station.
Full service in New Jersey.
That's a little hard to get used to. So, all right. And where do you currently live?
I live just south of Providence, Rhode Island, in a town called Cranston. So I just tell people Providence because I'm literally 4 miles from downtown. But I'm in a cute little suburb.
Oh, great. And then what is your job? What do you currently do?
Yeah, I do a lot of things, but the main thing that I kind of do is I'm pretty much a sales rep. So I run my own sales agency. I work with a lot of different brands, both in the running space and then also in kind of like other sports. So initially I started with golf and tennis and some of those sports that brought me out to New England. And now I'm kind of growing my running brand portfolio.
Oh, perfect. All right. And then quickly, what is your running history? When did you start running? When did you get into ultras? I think you got into ultras before the marathon, right? Officially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got into ultra marathoning in 2012. I was a graduate of University of Oklahoma, go Sooners. So I got my there. But yeah, I graduated from college and then was getting ready for the Oklahoma City Marathon. Hopped into a no frills, free entry kind of 50K up in the Boston Mountains in Arkansas, and won that race. Didn't know what I was doing. I just ate bananas and had a Hershey bar and drank Gatorade. That was what fueling was back then, right? And I bonked pretty hard the last I think 4 miles. It was hard for me. I was doing the run walk and stuff, but it all worked out. Ran a good time and had a great Oklahoma City Marathon. And then I moved back out east for graduate school. So I left Oklahoma and came out to central New York area. And that's really where I kind of kicked things off ultimately in terms of running a bunch of ultra marathons in a year.
Yeah, so you did that first one, the White Rock Classic in 2012. So you've been around the sport 13 years. So you're definitely not a rookie to the sport.
No, people call me a veteran now. I still feel like I'm young, being in my mid 30s, but technically I'm a veteran. I've been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah. When I started, it was, did you run before Born to Run? The book Born to Run came out, or after? And now it's did you run before COVID or did you run after COVID?
Yeah, before COVID was definitely been on the circuit, I would say.
Yeah. Now you've run the USATF, the road nationals a couple times, right?
Yeah, I did. The first 8 years of my career of ultra running, I really focused on the 50K to 100K USATF kind of events, both road and trail. So I did Comset 50K a bunch of times. I did the Mad City 100K one time. I did a bunch of the USATF 50-mile trail and road championships. Tussey Mountainback was in Pennsylvania, was the road championship a couple years. And and so that was kind of, I always wanted to make a U.S. team. So I kind of really strove for those different disciplines, different events and that kind of stuff. I had a really great year in 2019, but then COVID happened and I was going to be on the trail team. And then a couple years went by and all my results were not relevant at that point. So
yeah. I mean, you had you had a 7th place, 6th place, 5th place. You kept moving up, over the years. And then one other race I keep seeing pulling up is Cuyahoga Trail. It seems like you love it. I actually had a friend from here go up and run it this year, so that's why it caught my eye going through your ultra sign up.
Yeah, so that race was the USATF 50-mile trail championships for many years, and I don't know what it was. It's a beautiful course, but like I can never get it right. Like I always had a lot of tough goes at that race, and then finally in 2019, I put together a pretty good race. I lost to a really, really good runner who was just kind of coming on the scene at the time, Drew Holman, who's placed third in Western States. So I guess I lost to a pretty good athlete. But I got second place at that year. And I was like, okay, I think I can, like, I think I've hit my ceiling for that race for right now. So, but that was kind of like a local trail race. Same thing with this Virgil Crest Ultra.
Yep.
Runs a lot on like some ski hills and Finger Lakes Trail, which I did a lot of my training up in grad school and stuff in my early 20s.
Now, I'm going through your ultra sign-up, and I might have missed this, but did you run 250, the Cocodona 250 before your first 100-mile?
Yeah, I had a string of four 400-mile DNFs, just like weird things. I also chose really hard races to like the Eastern States, being like, yeah, I'm just gonna knock this out of the park, and not have good showings there. And I knew it wasn't really like, for me, it wasn't about the distance, especially after COVID happened. I ran across my home state of New Jersey, which was about 200 miles, and like set like a unofficial state record kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, like at least I know I can go beyond 100 miles. It just so happened that Cocodona was the first race where I actually got a belt buckle, right? I hadn't even run 100 miles or anything with belt buckles. So it's kind of cool. Like that race is very sentimental to me because obviously, how often can someone say, oh yeah, my first 100-miler in an official race was a 250-miler across Arizona, right? So
well, and your first marathon fell in your first 50K, so you keep skipping steps.
Yeah, exactly.
On that, so but you did well at that Cocodona. I think 12th place overall, which is great. That's a incredible course. Now you got into it before it was so hard to get into it. Mm-hmm. Now I think I missed my window. I don't know if I'll ever get into Cocodona now. And then you ran the Cowboy 200 2024, first place, course record 41:57. That was last year, so I keep thinking I'm losing track of years. So how that course with that race has only been around for about 3-4 years, and it's growing. Like it's starting to get popular. I think a lot of people are racing it. So I think you set a pretty good record on there it should stay. So we'll see. I'll follow it this year. We have a lot of full Florida runners going up to it.
It's a hard one. It's the
I was listening to one of your podcasts. You were saying the aid stations are far apart from each other.
Yeah, it's literally anywhere between 26 and 30 miles between like seeing like your crew and like real full aid stations. And then every 10 to 15 miles you're running up onto something, but that something is generally water coolers that are out on the trail, like just on the side of the trail. And so the weather was cool leading into the race week, and then it got hot, and I didn't really I kind of was like, oh, we'll be fine, all this stuff. And I kind of dug myself into an early hole, just not taking the amount of electrolytes with me that I needed and stuff. And
yeah,
I mean, it's, when you're out there, you're exposed the same way you are out in the desert. So, I mean, pretty much it's like the grassland desert. You're just getting hit by tons of wind, like nothing but sun exposure. It's not as dry as the desert, but it's still pretty dry. And and then just running those distances, like when you're out of water and stuff, or you run through whatever supplies you have. You're like, okay, this is something,
And then I think shortly afterwards, was Across the Years 2024. Was that your first attempt at a 24-hour race?
Yeah, I like to say I'm a one-hit wonder, right? Like I've been doing a lot of these like multi-day events, so like more on the trail side, like the Cocodonas. I did Cowboy 200, some FKTs, that kind of thing. And then, I had come so close in some of these trail races. Like at Cowboy, I think I split like 137 miles in 24 hours.
Nice.
So I'm kind of like, and I had done even a higher number in a trail race called Tesla Hertz in Long Island, which is like a looped trail race. And so I
Yeah.
had it in the back of my head. I'm like, it'd be nice to just for my sake, just to be like, at least I can look back and be like, yes, when I was a young lad, like I ran a qualifying mark for the U.S. team, whether it got me on the team or not. That was kind of the goal for across the years. So I had signed up way back in like March of last year, and rolled up to that race and gave it, put my best foot forward, and it turned into a pretty good mark. And I'm lucky that it held up, came down to the very end, and and here I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and yet, like on the last qualifying cycle, I felt like the standards were higher, but you had less people qualifying, and now this time you have a ton of people qualifying. Where 150, I mean, that might not have gotten you in the race. and so it was definitely both on the men and the women's side. It's pretty incredible what it's changed to, which makes it pretty exciting to watch the U.S. team go over to France. So pretty excited about it. So you did across the years, you did 152.134 miles. Where does that put you on the team?
I'm in the sixth position, so
you're in the sixth position.
I'm the dark horse for the team.
Yeah. Well, that's good because you on the last race, you had a lot of people that like Scott got sick before the race, and a few others just didn't put up the numbers they wanted to, and then you had someone like Chad Lassiter come through, and he was the big guy for the U.S. team. So 152 is good, and you never know that was your intro to it. So so that's good, and I think that's a mile long course too, somewhere around there over in France.
The across the years course was about, I think, 1.4 miles or so.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a wonky course. I would say it's probably somewhat similar to like across the years, in the sense that there's like a lot of turns and like different movement. Like you're not running on a track, you're running up and down one bleacher section, and then you're running like down like around the baseball stadium and like through the fields or like the back fields and stuff. So no, I think across the years for me was kind of like, it was kind of like my own trail race version of like what a 24 hour is kind of like. And so I feel like it was a good first one. I have a lot to learn still, obviously. I learned a lot from across the years from that first 24 hour, but it's been good as I've had enough time to kind of like wrap my head around like, okay, I guess I'm a 24 hour runner. Like, how do I, conceptualize this whole execution more from a mental standpoint for me? Because going out and just running a specific pace and doing the things we all know that we need to do as athletes, the hydration, the fueling, that stuff. It's for me, it's expanding my aptitude in terms of like the mental strategies of like how to trick my mind, because I'm not getting the same visual stimulus that I normally would when I'm doing like a Cowboy 200, where I can like at a beautiful house, like farmhouse out in the mother nature. Like you go to a part where you end up in the sand hills, where you see like literally like a sea of like literally like sandy hills that go the whole horizon, which was pretty incredible. So like, I think that's the big challenge for me in all this.
Yeah, well, good thing you're not running on a track. I don't think you've done a track. You haven't done a track race, have you? No.
Nope. Have not.
So, no, I definitely like the mile long course compared. I've done both the mile in the track, and I like the mile long course. So works out. It's a little bit nicer on it. And so,
yeah.
What do you think? Now you've done all kinds of different, from trail to 24-hour. What do you think your favorite format for racing is, or where do you feel like your strong point is for racing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, that's my agent. No. So I mean, I feel like I do like I do like multi-day kind of events. So anything that's in the 2 to 3 day range intrigues me a lot. I've obviously done a lot of stuff on the trail side. I like runnable kind of, like, I don't mind elevation, but like I'm not an altitude, like I'm not going to be a hard rock person. So courses that have some variety to them, but are also ones that you really need to run, are usually where I do my best. But I'm still, here I am as a veteran at 36. I'm still discovering, I mean, that's the best thing about this sport of ultramarathon running, is that you think that you might have like your sweet spot or something figured out, and then you try something new, and all of a sudden you catch fire with it. Maybe that becomes the new passion, new thing, right? So I don't know. I'm still exploring my potential, I guess you can say. But I do like events where I search for a sense of adventure, is probably the best way to frame things. And generally, for me, I got to be out there for at least a day or two to really like feel like I'm fully stoking my adventure cup.
Yeah. And the great thing about ultra running is there's all kinds of formats that, you're not just, it's just not a 50K, like a marathon. It's just a marathon. Where here, there's all kinds of things you can do, and it keeps growing, and new formats keep coming out, and it's coming great. So, right now, 24-hour, you're looking pretty good, and you're actually the young guy on the team compared to the other guys. So you can keep doing 24 hours for the next, 16 years or more. Well, great. So thank you for the interview. This is Cole Crosby with the U.S. 24-hour team. We're looking forward to watching what you do out there in France in October, and it'll be great following your progress up to it. Thank you very much, Cole.
Thanks so much. Go Team USA.
Team USA.